In the palm of your hand is a tiny gray pellet. It weighs just 7 grams, about the size of a peanut. But if this same pellet went critical in the wrong place, 140,000 people would be gone in a single moment. August 6th, 1945, Hiroshima. 8:15 in the morning, a single B-29 bomber drops one bomb. Inside that bomb, enriched uranium. 140,000 lives, fathers, mothers, children, erased from existence. And the exact same material that powered that bomb is powering your home right now. The electricity charging the device you're watching this on, roughly 10% of it, comes from enriched uranium, processed in factories so heavily guarded that their very locations are state secrets. This is the story of the most powerful, most protected, and most terrifying substance humanity has ever created. And what I'm about to show you over the next 5 minutes will stay with you, long after this screen goes dark. Saskatchewan, Canada. 600 meters beneath the surface sits the richest uranium mine on Earth. The ore here contains up to 20% uranium, 100 times richer than the global average. If you held this soil in your bare hand, the Geiger counter would scream. But reaching this treasure was, for decades, practically impossible. Why? Because between the surface and the ore lies a thick layer of sandstone. And that sandstone is completely saturated with groundwater. One wrong drill strike and water floods the entire mine. Workers don't survive. Engineers had to invent a solution that sounds like science fiction. Artificial ground freezing. 200 pipes are driven into the earth, each one taking 8 days to install. Through these pipes, calcium chloride brine is pumped at minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit, so cold that the water trapped in the sandstone's pores turns to solid ice. An underground ice wall. Only then do the remote-controlled machines go in, because by this point, radiation levels are so high that human entry is suicide. The ore comes out. A radioactivity scanner confirms 15 to 18% uranium. World class. The raw material for everything that follows. Now the real game begins. The ore is crushed, treated with acid, and heated to 1560 degrees Fahrenheit. The result? Uranium hexafluoride gas. But this gas is still useless for a reactor. Natural uranium contains just 0.7% uranium-235, the isotope capable of sustaining fission. The remaining 99.3% is uranium-238, worthless, at least for energy production. The task is to concentrate that uranium-235 to between 3 and 5%. And this is where the centrifuges enter the story. These machines spin at supersonic speeds. The rotor inside, if you touched it while running, your hand would be atomized, gone, as if it never existed. This insane rotation catches the nanoscopic mass difference between uranium-235 and uranium-238. Uranium-235, being fractionally lighter, concentrates toward the center of the rotor, where it's extracted. Thousands of these centrifuges, running for years, just to produce a few kilograms of enriched material. This process is so insanely difficult that only 10 countries on Earth possess this capability. And right now, Iran's centrifuge program is keeping intelligence agencies worldwide awake at night, because the line between reactor fuel and an atomic bomb is purely a matter of enrichment percentage. 5% electricity, 90% mass destruction. The very same factory that lights up your city can, with a different setting, end it. Now, the enriched uranium powder is compressed under several tons of hydraulic pressure. The result? Tiny cylindrical pellets, each the size of a peanut. But they're still not ready. These pellets are baked for 24 hours at 1560 degrees Fahrenheit, a process called sintering. This eliminates internal pores, skyrocketing the pellet's density and structural integrity so it can survive the extreme conditions inside a reactor core. Then, robotic arms, not humans, robots, lift 30 pellets and pack them into zirconium alloy tubes. Zirconium is chosen for 3 reasons. It withstands temperatures beyond 2000 degrees Fahrenheit, it resists corrosion, And most critically, it allows neutrons to pass through freely. If neutrons get blocked, fission stops. The ends of each tube are sealed by automated welding. One finished fuel rod. 37 rods form a single fuel assembly. 480 assemblies make up one reactor core's total 5,760 rods. This is what goes inside. Inside the reactor core, a single neutron strikes a uranium-235 atom. The atom splits, energy erupts, and alongside that energy, 2 or 3 more neutrons fly out, striking neighboring atoms. This is the chain reaction. Controlled, it generates electricity. Uncontrolled, it becomes Chernobyl. The heat inside the core is so immense that water flashes into steam. This steam surges through turbines housed in buildings 1,300 feet long, spinning at 100 revolutions per minute. The turbine drives a generator. That generator produces over 750 megawatts of electricity, enough to power 500,000 homes for an entire year. Surrounding all of this, 6-foot-thick reinforced concrete walls. Because what's happening inside, if it ever got out, nothing would survive. But the most disturbing chapter of this story is still unwritten. After roughly a year, the fuel assemblies are spent, done. But they are still so intensely radioactive and so blisteringly hot that they must be submerged in cooling pools, 26 feet deep, for a minimum of 10 years before they can even begin to be managed as waste. And even after that decade underwater, they remain dangerously radioactive for thousands of years. Right now, at this very moment, more than 700,000 spent fuel rods rest at the bottom of these pools in facilities around the world. We have created a technology whose waste our next 100 generations will have to manage. We lit a fire we cannot fully extinguish. So here's the question. Is enriched uranium humanity's greatest achievement or its greatest threat? Or is it terrifyingly both at once? If you made it to the end of this documentary, I want you to do something. Drop a single word in the comments. If you believe nuclear energy is our future, type future. If you believe it's too dangerous for this world, type danger. I want to see where the real people stand. Subscribe, hit the bell. Because stories like this, dark, powerful, and eye-opening, drop every single week, only on this channel. Next time, another secret the world doesn't want you to know.